And he say, I told you I'd be in a minute. And she say, or you could come out here. She was like, I've been wanting to talk to you anyway. She was like, well, it doesn't matter. She was like, I'm his ex. And she was like, I'm in love with him. I'm here to get my family back. We had broken up. I let him have his little fun with you. And now I want him back. And she was like, no, I want to know. Me or her, me or her. And he was like, her. I choose her. Y'all, when he said that, she ran up on him. When she ran up on him, he grabbed her ass and he slammed her on the hood of my car, y'all, and put a dent in the hood of my fucking car.
Welcome back to another episode of Clocked Out Conversations. I'm your host, Fahim, and today we got some more TikTok content. Storytime Part 1, when a chill Friday night turned into his ex popping up and confessing her love for him. Lord have mercy. I'm not here to waste your time. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more, and let's get into
it. Okay, y'all. I'm trying to make this quick because my baby keeps stopping me from making this video. But story time, by the time I was at my then boyfriend's house and his ex pulled up. So, y'all, this was many moons ago, plenty years ago. But I was talking to this dude. I was fairly kind of young. He was young as well, but he was also a dad. He was a single dad. And it was one Friday night, and I told him I was going to come to his house. I had a long week, and he had his kids, of course, so I was like, I'm going to come over there. So I went over there, y'all. We ate dinner. We watched movies with the kids. Then he told them to go get ready for bed. So they were in the tub, getting dressed or whatever. I don't know. So I went in his room. I was watching TV. So he came in there once they got settled or whatever. He came in there, and we was in there watching a movie. It was pitch dark in there. The only light was the movie light. So as we were sitting there, we started having a conversation, and I looked up. He had like a window above his bed. I looked up and I saw some light shining through his damn room, y'all. I was like, look like somebody outside. Me, I'm automatically thinking like it probably his parents, because sometimes they would pop up to check up on the kids, especially, the end of the week. So he was like, he looked out the window, he was like, let me go out there, I'll be right back. So I'm like, okay, cool. So he go outside, y'all. I'm just sitting there. I'm on my phone, just waiting for him to come back. Time passed by, y'all, maybe like 5-10 minutes, no lie. And so I go in the living room. His son, he say, Miss Mill, are you upset? And I was like, why would I be upset? He said, because Miss such and such is outside. In my mind, I'm thinking, who is that? But he's a kid, so I don't want to involve him in nothing that us adults got going on. I've never heard this lady, by the way. So first I go back to the room, and I was like, fuck these. So I go and I open the door and I say, you good? I see him and another person out there. I can't really see her at the time, but I see him talking with his hands or whatever. He was like, yeah, babe, I'm good. He was like, I'll be in there in a minute. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I close the door. So I go back in there, y'all, and I'm like, I don't want to show out because these kids are here, but I got to see who the fuck that is. So I wait probably maybe a few more minutes, and I just open the door again. I say, why you still out here? And he say, I told you I'd be in a minute. And she say, or you could come out here. She was like, I've been wanting to talk to you anyway. Say no more. So I walk out there. She was like, yeah, I done heard plenty about you. I was like, who are you? She was like, I'm such and such. And I was like, yeah, name don't ring a bell. She was like, well, it doesn't matter. She was like, I'm his ex. And she was like, I'm in love with him. I'm here to get my family back. We had broken up. I let him have his little fun with you, and now I want him back. Y'all, now, when she said she want her family back, no, these weren't her kids, but I guess she felt like she had spent enough time with him for her to call them her family, whatever. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, I don't know nothing about you. I never heard of you. Like, you really irrelevant when it comes down to me and what me and him got going on. She was like, well, I don't feel like you're wifey material. I want my family back. He has told me plenty about you, about how you don't like really being at home. You like being out with your friends and stuff instead of being at home. And these kids, they need a mother, and they need a mother figure. So I'm going to be that. Obviously, you got other things to do. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, so you see a pillow talking with this lady about me, and I don't know shit about her. He was like, I ain't saying nothing to her. He was like, you need to get out my yard. That's what he tell her. She's like, I'm not going nowhere. I'm here to get my family back. So y'all, I'm standing there like, what the hell? I was like, you know what? Y'all can have this shit. I was like, I'm just getting ready to go. He was like, me away. I was like, no, I'm done with it. I was like, y'all can have this shit. Obviously, she mean a lot to you. You mean a lot to her. What? He like, man, she don't mean shit to me. Y'all, she started getting all upset. I was like, y'all can have this shit. So I hop in my car and I get ready to go home. As I'm on my way home, I called my homeboy, one of my closest friends, and I tell him what's going on. And I was like, I don't know why I keep getting the short end of the stick with these niggas. I was like, I don't deserve these. Like, I was like, I'm getting put in situations that I have nothing to do with and I don't know anything about it. And he was like, me, at the end of the day, you a good woman. He was like, just leave that nigga where you left him at and be done with him. So I'm like, okay. So I'm trying to calm down, y'all, because by this time, at first I really wasn't mad, but on the way home, it dawned on me what the fuck had just happened. So on my way home, like, I was just getting madder and madder. But my friend was trying to calm me down. As I got ready to go in the house, I told him, I was like, I'm just gonna chill, drink me some wine, and decompress. Y'all, I get up in that damn house. I crack over my bottle of wine. I started sipping on that shit, and I started thinking to myself, I'm tired of these niggas playing in my face. I'm tired of these niggas playing in my face. So I run upstairs and I get my bag. After I told my homeboy I was going to stay at home, I run upstairs, I get my bag, and I head back to this nigga's house. Okay, let me do this right quick before I get ready to go to bed. Okay, y'all, so I pull up. When I pull up, her front driver window is busted out. But they're sitting in the car. So I'm like, okay, babe. So I jump out the car. I grab my bag. I start walking over to his car. And as I'm raising the bed up in the air, he grabbed it. So me and him start tussling over the bed. We're tussling over the bed. She's screaming, y'all calm down. Stay the fuck out of these. So she grabbed the bed. So all three of us tussling over this bed, y'all. Eventually, he gets the bed. So I run up on his ass. And I just start bapping his motherfucking ass. I bust him in the lip. She grabbed me. No. She just told me, I just want you to calm down because I don't want you to go to jail. So she acting like we, you know what I'm saying, like the beef between him and I, her and him, not me and her. So, okay, cool. I calmed down. And she was like, all I want to know is who you're going to choose today. Who are you going to choose, me or her? I was like, he ain't got to choose she. I said, because I'm done. And she was like, no, I want to know, me or her. And he was like, her. I choose her. He's like, I told you that. He was like, I don't know how many more times I can say it. I'm done with your ass. Y'all, when he said that, she ran up on him. When she ran up on him, he grabbed her ass and he slammed her on the hood of my car, y'all, and put a dent in the hood of my fucking car. I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck? So by then, I'm trying to break them up. I'm in between them trying to break them up because they out there fighting like crazy. Okay, so eventually they calm down. And they're just going back and forth. Y'all. And I'm just sitting back on my car. And I just started laughing because I'm just like, this cannot be my motherfucking life. This cannot be my life. I'm in the middle of some bullshit for no reason. Like, I was fucking with it. Like, if I would have known all this was going on, me and this nigga, I would have never looked his way. Because in reality, I did supposed to look his way anyway. Back then, I used to just be doing shit. You know, I used to get bored and I used to just find my way in a relationship I ain't had no being in. But yeah, y'all. Okay, where was it? Okay, so then she started talking, bumping her gum at me like, he said he chose you, but you ain't shit. I said, listen here, lady. This shit ain't got nothing to do with me. Like, this is between y'all. I don't want his motherfucking ass, but obviously he don't want you either. I said, I'm gonna let you slide because these kids are here. But I told her, I said, if I run across your ass again and you on some bullshit, we gonna have to hit. I was like, but I don't want to be fighting over a nigga. I said, because that's not how I am. That's not how I get down. Like, you can have him. He was like, but I don't want her. He still saying he don't want this girl. He don't want this lady out. And this lady was old enough to be my mom. Eventually, she just said, okay, I'm done. After she was like, I put my blood, sweat, and tears into this shit, y'all. She was out there boo-hooing. And no lie, I felt sorry for her. I really did. Until she started talking shit to me. So eventually she left. She was still crying. She left. And I just told her, I'm going in the house to get my little bit of shit I had there. And I was going home. And that's what I did. So the next day, she started playing on my phone, y'all. She started playing on my phone. And at first, so I blocked her at first. Because I'm just like, I don't got time for this shit, y'all. Like, I don't want this nigga. You can have him. But then she started running me from her daughter shit too. So I just wrote her back and I gave her my address and I said, bitch, I'll be waiting outside. Pull up. Do y'all think she ever pulled up? No. Do y'all think I ever saw this bitch again? Nope. And as for him, we started back talking, but I just couldn't do this shit. Like I said, I was just doing something anyway. So that shit probably didn't last no more than 2 more weeks. And I deaded that shit and ended that shit. And that was the end of it. Like, maybe I have spoken to him maybe 2 or 3 times since then, but we ain't got shit to talk about. We really didn't even have shit in common back then. And we damn sure don't have shit in common now. I was like, no, I'm done with it. I was like, y'all can have this shit. Obviously, she mean.
So, what do you guys think about this story time? I think that the sister showed a level of. So, what do you guys think about this story time? I think this sister showed a caliber of emotional intelligence that a lot of sisters wouldn't be able to, given that she was capable of trying to separate these two people after they had gotten into an altercation with one another, after the brother decided that he chose her instead of the other sister. And so I think that that is good on her part, but she didn't show that emotional intelligence by running back to her and trying to fight her after coming home, and then also telling her the address of where she lived. Those are the two parts where I'm kind of on edge about whether or not she's an emotionally intelligent woman, but I think overall she showed a level of maturity given that she was able to disassociate from that brother, given that he still had things that he was trying to work through in terms of his previous relationship. And so I think that that's good for her and that she was able to grow and move past that. And hopefully he did the same. But let me know down below, do you guys agree with me? Do you think that it was a good thing that she disassociated from him? And that it was a bad thing that she decided to come back and try to fight the woman after she had left to go home? Or do you guys disagree and think that she should have stayed in the relationship given that the brother decided to choose her over the other sister instead? Thank you for tuning into this Clocked Out Conversation. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.